You wake before the stars fade. The sky is still deep indigo, the cool sand beneath your straw mat clinging to your skin like dust from a forgotten world. Your back aches from yesterday's haul, the pool of ropes, the grind of stone. A shallow breath, then another. You sit up. Around you a low murmur of men stirs. Snoring fades. Cloth rustles. Someone coughs. The smell of sweat and baked earth hangs in the still air, and the scent of dung smoke drifts from the campfire that never fully dies. Someone pokes the embers. Someone whispers a prayer. You rise, barefoot, stepping out into the sand. It is the 4th month of the season of Akhet, inundation. The floodwaters have receded, and now comes the time of labor. You, like tens of thousands of others, are here under Pharaoh's decree. You are a conscript, part of a rotating labor force drawn from the Nile villages. 3 months of hauling, lifting, carving, and stacking. Your village will feed your family in your absence, if you survive. The job? Building eternity for the Pharaoh, whose soul will live forever. But first there is bread, a bowl of soaked barley, rough and sour, a wedge of date paste, a drink of beer thick and barely fermented, with grains floating in the foam. You chew slowly, not because you savor it, but because your jaw still feels tight from clenching in your sleep. Your body is a map of bruises, your hands blisters, and yet you eat, because to labor on an empty stomach is to faint, and fainting earns no mercy. The sun rises blood orange over the limestone cliffs. You walk in a column of men, each bare-chested, wrapped in a simple kilt, carrying nothing but thick hemp ropes coiled over shoulders, calloused hands, and the weight of another day. The quarry lies to the east, the pyramid to the west, and in between, your march. You pass the overseer's hut, painted with symbols of Ma'at, the goddess of order. He watches, always watching, eyes like a falcon's. You do not speak unless ordered. The penalty for insolence is public flogging. Still, you glance sideways. Beside you Meki walks. He is a friend from your village, older by a few harvests, and once your teacher in how to bind ropes without cutting through flesh. He nods, faintly. Today, he whispers, we haul from the upper ridge. You groan inwardly. That means a longer pull, a sharper incline, and more friction. The stones weigh near 2 tons each, cut by masons with copper tools, then dragged on sleds, soaked with water to reduce resistance. Still, you know the ropes will bite into your shoulder. Your chest will burn, your lips will crack. You reach the block. It rests, still warm from yesterday's sun, on a wooden sled. 6 men in front, 6 behind, ropes looped, tension checked. Then the whistle blows. You heave. Muscles strain, sand shifts, the sled grinds forward. Each step a war against physics, each breath a prayer not to collapse. The overseer shouts, "Heave together! Sing!" A chant rises, call and response, a rhythm older than any pyramid. You join it, not for joy, but for survival. Without rhythm there is chaos, and chaos is death.
By midday, The sun is a hammer. Your skin stings with sweat salt. The stone reflects heat like a furnace wall. You pull and pull again, your feet finding no purchase, the sand giving way beneath you. Your throat burns. Then the whistle. Rest. You drop the rope and stumble back. A clay jar is passed down the line. Water, lukewarm but sacred. You sip greedily, careful not to spill a drop. Water is rationed. You once saw a man steal a second mouthful. He did not return the next day. You sit in the thin shadow of the block, press shoulder to shoulder with other men. Someone passes around a fig wrapped in palm leaf, a gift from home. Meki tears it in half and gives you the larger portion. Eat, he says. You do. And in that small act, salted fig flesh on your tongue, you feel something close to tenderness. You remember your mother's garden, the way she hummed while grinding barley. You think of your wife, now alone with your infant daughter. You wonder if your daughter will remember your face. Then, a distant wail. The sun blinds you, but you see the commotion. A man has collapsed. Too much heat, not enough food. Two workers lift him by the arms. He moans. But the block still waits. You return to the rope. Afternoon brings the steep climb. You're now pulling the block up a limestone ramp that leads to the pyramid's base, each level higher than the last. Workers dig in sandals to get grip. Others lash rope around their waist. One misstep and the block could roll, crush, kill. There is silence now. No singing. Only breath, groans, the creak of rope, the grind of sled wood on sanded track. Then a crack. Rope frays. Someone shouts. The block lurches. You let go instinctively, leaping back. Meki does not. The sled shifts left. His foot slips. A scream. Not a fatal one. But when you reach him, he is holding his thigh, bleeding, flesh split by stone corner. You kneel, press fabric to the wound. The overseer arrives, looks down impassive. Wrap it, then back to work. No physician, no rest. You help Meki limp to the shade. A scribe gives you crushed myrrh to pack the wound. It smells sharp, like blood mixed with incense. Meki's eyes flutter. He'll live, someone mutters, if infection doesn't take him. But you've seen infections before. They start quiet and end with fever, pus, and death. Still, the block waits. So you return. You pull alone now, taking Meki's place. The sun lowers, and so do your knees, finally, as the last block is set for the day.
Night arrives like a soft whisper, cooler, quieter, reverent. Back at camp, smoke from cooking fires winds upward into the dusk. You smell garlic, lentils, a whiff of fish, charred slightly. The meal is sparse but warm. You eat in silence, seated in a circle with your crew. Someone hums an old love song. Another man jokes about his wife, who probably hopes he'll stay here forever. Laughter, tired and real. Meki joins you, limping. You give him the last of your beer. Your daughter, he asks. You nod. She's growing. I'll bring her a bead necklace when I return. You mean it. There's a vendor near the dock who sells turquoise beads. Your wife once wore one before it shattered during childbirth. After the meal, there is ritual. A man draws a figure in the dust, Anubis, guardian of the dead. Another offers bread, crumbled and scattered for the ancestors. A hush falls. You whisper a prayer, not to live forever, but to wake tomorrow, to return home with a whole body, to die not beneath a block, but beside your daughter's laughter. That night, beneath stars that shimmer like old gods watching, you cannot sleep. The air is cool, the sand feels softer now, but your back throbs. You rise and walk to the pyramid. From a distance, the stones gleam pale gold, stacked impossibly high. You stare up, breath shallow. There's a hidden chamber, you've heard, a tomb within a tomb, sealed with traps, and perhaps curses. Some workers whisper that a man vanished inside. Others claim the priests sacrifice laborers to bless the pharaoh's journey to the stars. You've seen no sacrifice, but you've seen men buried on sight, quietly, quickly. A guard passes and nods. You nod back and return to your mat. There's sand in your mouth. You roll over. Sleep comes slowly, laced with dreams of falling stone, of blood that glows, of a daughter's face that fades each time you reach for her. You wake again before the stars fade. Your hands ache before you move. Your eyes sting before they open. Meki breathes beside you, shallow and slow. Another man is missing. Word says he was taken with fever in the night. The overseer will call your name soon, but you linger. You think of your daughter. You think of what you carry, not just stone, but a burden older than kings, survival, pride, memory. And when the sun rises again, and you take the rope again, it is not just duty, it is proof that you are still here, still pulling, still human. You wouldn't last a day, not because you're weak, but because this life demands more than muscle. It asks for silence when your friend bleeds. It asks for obedience in the face of death. It asks for joy in a fig split in half. But perhaps that's what makes it beautiful too. You, a nameless laborer in the shadow of history, helped raise a monument that outlived empires. And in that, your sweat, your sacrifice, you are eternal, just like the stones you carried.